grabs the pillow and he puts it in my face and he freaking tries to asfixiarme, how will you say it in English? No, como ahogarme,
ahogarte, to drown her.
With the freaking pillow. I stopped crying. I didn't make no other
After that, that's the guy's little secret.
What really happened? I said that, yeah, that he mistreated me, you know, he was abusive. But then they told me, oh, you know, you could press charges and he could go to jail. Then I got scared. Let's make this clear. I was not able to wear dresses, skirts, shorts, or tank tops. Nothing that was shown. The bras at the beginning, even I had to sleep with the bras. There was a point where I had to sleep with the bra. No, he was 14, mijo.
Okay, he was 14, but that's still old enough.
No. See.
So my mom never wanted him to know anything that my dad was doing.
Cámara. Se me ven más labios, los ojos más verdes. ¿Le pones algo?
What?
¿Le pones algo en la cámara?
What are you talking about?
I want that phone.
You like it?
Mom, look at my face. It looks different.
What do you mean? What looks different? Well, yeah, you have like hella Botox and filler now. Who did my mom marry? Part 1. You guys, I haven't glammed my mom in so long, and I wanted to glam her for TikTok, but then we were talking in the car, and we started talking about like all the shit in the past, everything that we went through, and it was like a lot of it was actually really funny, and there was even some things that were like, that was so stupid, like why would we do that? Like it was just a lot. So then I was like, okay, that will not fit in a TikTok. I have to do a whole YouTube video for this, and it all has to do with my dad, and that's why it is captioned, who did my mom marry? So yeah.
Who did I marry?
Who did you marry? You guys really don't know a lot of about my past. Some of you guys do, like the OG bitches that have been following me forever, because I did talk about it, I think one video over that.
One video.
I think I've only done one video talking about my dad. Yeah. And it was only like little bits here that I would here and there that I would say. I didn't even talk about him that much. I just said that he was a bad person.
Right.
And I didn't want to get into it. But my mom is going to get into it. She's going to tell y'all all the stories, all the offs and ons, how he got here, how he got there, everything.
Make sure you guys have your popcorn.
All your candies, your popcorns, your teas, your laxatives, everything, pull it out. We're going to give you full glam.
Oh my God.
Like the Dallas Mendoza glam.
I guess.
Let's get into it.
Wow. We're both from Michoacan. Well, actually, no, I was born here in LA. But my mom is from Michoacan, was from Michoacan, and so is he. But they're from different ranchos, not the same ranchos, from different little towns. That's how I met him, because we always used to go to Mexico.
Oh, y puedes hablar español, okay? The bitches that don't speak Spanish, they're gonna have to deal with this. I'll put captions for them or something. So, no, I won't.
Obviously, nos íbamos de vacaciones really often, you know, on our vacations. And that's how I was raised, like here and over there. So
you were born in LA and you were like raised here, but you would go to party over there.
We were raised in Orange County.
Born in LA, raised in Orange County.
But every vacations, my mom will take us to Mexico, a Michoacan. You know, si vamos a Michoacan. So that just stayed on us every time.
Pero aparte teníamos mucha familia en Michoacán, ¿no?
Oh yeah, a lot of family in Michoacan. We used to have a lot of family over there in Michoacan. So nos íbamos a Michoacan. So it just was a thing, going and party over there. You know, de party allá y allá lo conocí. To be honest, can I say he was my third husband? Yes, just to clear it up.
I'm her third child. This is her third husband.
Right. I was a truly believer that one kid was enough to figure out si vas a ser un buen papa with your son or not. And I guess I will be married, have my kid. And if they were not good dads, I was like, next. So that's how it happened.
I think one thing they should know about you now is que a ti te gusta el tóxico. If my mom isn't talking to a guy where it's like it's giving her a little bit of drama,
I guess I'm the toxica, because
you are.
I like guys like that.
She is.
I really thought that taking a little bit more crap from them, it will make your marriage last. Porque a mí me hacían my husbands, and I will be like, okay, no, you're gone. That's it, no more.
The first two.
Yes.
That was how she was for the first two.
Yeah,
for the first two, my mom was the bitch. Like she was the toxica. Like she was like, ella mandada, like todo.
Sí. And you could ask them. They still like me, pero van a decir que sí. O sea, cualquier cosa, and it was like, okay, bye, no. Me busco otro. So, yeah, I met him over there. He was my friend for a while. Supposedly friend. But I don't know what made me think that was my friend. It was not like my friend that I really knew what was going on, because he will never talk about his family. I would never see his family. They were very...
Como nunca habla, he never really talked like a lot about himself or what?
No, not a lot. No, muy poquito. Y todo lo que decía, it was a bunch of lies. So he was never open to be honest at all. I think ever since the beginning, since he met me, he was thinking the whole time, los papeles, you know, like this bitch. I could get married to her and she could fix my papers and I'm gone to the United States. I think that's what it was. But anyways, he left. No, he didn't have his girlfriend. His girlfriend had to leave him because of him leaving another girl pregnant. He went into drama.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I thought that the story was que you were with him, already pregnant with me, ¿verdad? And then you found out que he had another girl pregnant.
Oh, that's another... No. That's another bitch, but she was not pregnant.
That's another bitch.
The bitch that was pregnant... Cuando él tenía su otra girlfriend, his
so he had
girlfriend.
A girl pregnant.
This
was before you even entered the picture.
Before me, he had his girlfriend for years. Y another bitch comes
in and he gets her pregnant.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's why los parents de la girlfriend de muchos años were like, okay, no, this motherfucker has to go and you can't be with him. So he stays with none of them and he gets kicked out of his house because his dad got mad at him because he was like haciendo mucho desmadre, too much drama. So dad was like, you know what, you can't be here. Estás ocasionando problemas with this girl, and they're from little towns, and crap over there going on. I don't want to say a lot. Anyways, that's what, you know, era su amiga yo, and he, you know, I one day le hablo y le digo, hey, where are you at? Oh, pues me estoy quedando en mi camioneta. What happened? Oh, I got into a fight with my dad. Why? Oh, because this girl came out pregnant. He salió, and my dad, you know, doesn't want all this drama.
So he was being honest to you at that time because you guys were friends.
At that moment, yeah. And I was like, oh, but no, you know, like, come to the house. You know, you could stay here. And by the way,
at this point, did you have a house in Michoacan?
I had a house.
So my mom was rich. She was rich at this point. During this time, she was rich, huh? And was whenever you had your salon?
Yeah. It was, it was my
spa. Tell them how you were living.
Okay, yeah. So I was living my life. I was 20, I want to say I was 24 because I was 25, So I was 24 and I had everything that I wanted, everything that I had dreamed for, you know. I tenía mi boutique, you know, vendía ropa in a store, and then only like good brands, more for guys than girls over there, but in Mexico because it's different. And then I had my spa, like in the same place, like the top part of the place, it was the spa where I used to do nails and pedicure. What do you call it? The
waxing?
The waxing, because I was not good at that part, okay. I'm going to be honest, porque luego va a salir una va a decir, oh, me acuerdo cuando esa vieja me quemó los sobacos. Yeah, I did. And then abajo, I had the little store, you know, with all the clothes and everything, the boutique. And I had what I wanted. I had in my house, I had my kids, which Dawes was not born yet. So I had my 2 kids and I was living my life. And that's when I told them, oh, well, you come and stay at the house. Well, that staying at the house, oh my God, it just valió madre todo.
So he was staying with you.
He was staying with me.
You guys ended up just started dating.
We just started, dating, seeing each other, and just being together. And after that, I didn't meet his family until like 3-4 months after. Oh, but wait, because this is where everything started. So the girl that was pregnant started calling me since she saw that the girlfriend left, went away, and you know, and she called me and told me, like, in Spanish, así, I'm gonna say what she told me. Me dijo, tú hija de tu puta madre, más vale que no te metas en la vida, ese es mi esposo. And I was like, bitch, since when? Alguien es tu esposo just because you're pregnant. You mean you're pregnant for him. He's not tu esposo. You know what? And you know what, bitch? He actually was just my friend. Pero por estar chingando a tu madre, no, what? And I didn't. And I was like, and she was like, te voy a encontrar y te voy a matar. And I was like, puta madre, pues que venga y me mate. But I mean, come on. I was 24, you know. I just didn't give a F. I just thought, like, she's bullshitting, you know. She was, you know, I mean.
Clearly.
I'm still here. So anyways, that was our first little thing that we had. But I didn't care because I knew about her. But anyways, what happened? He asked me to borrow some money because he was going to do some business. Money that I had saved to stay over there in my business, right? And so
money that you were saving from your business.
Yeah, from my business. So me dijo, let me borrow some money so I could do some kind of business. And, you know, te lo regreso in a month. I freaking let him borrow money. Guess what he did with that money? He gave the girl 10 grand that back then it was a lot, okay? 10
Aparte era México.
Aparte era México.
México,
Era
so
mucho, Era mucho. Fue y se los llevó a la girl, to the pregnant one, so she could leave us alone. Like, literally, he went and took the money and said, hey, here, I don't want you to have the baby, but if you want to have the baby, here's the money, leave us alone. Yo no sabía. And I never found out about this until like a year after when I was pregnant from the house. So I didn't know. Just later on, out of a sudden, aparece a third bitch. A third bitch. I used to be so busy. I was the kind of woman que me levantaba en la mañana en chinga. Me gustaba hacer ejercicio. Me ponía a hacer ejercicio. Me levantaba a cuidar mis kids, atenderlos. Go drop them off at school. You know, take breakfast to that. Well, can we
the devil.
The devil. You know, you know, go take breakfast to the bed al pinche devil, you know, ahí comiendo a gusto. And
Mom, you would give him breakfast in bed?
Yes. ¿Verdad que sí? Cuando me estás viendo que te encantaban los huevos estrellados con las salchichas, y los frijolitos y las tortillas doraditas.
I would never make a man breakfast in bed.
Yes. I would the charola, like fancy, like all rich. Ahí va la tu pendeja.
Okay. Here's another thing about my mom. She's always wanted to be a housewife. Okay?
True.
Let's get that straight.
Young,
yes.
I wanted to have 6 kids.
Ever since she was young in school, she just wanted to get married. Yeah. She wanted to have 6 kids. She wanted to be a housewife. Yeah. So that's why she was doing all that. Times have changed. But, you know, back then. Definitely. Yeah, but back then she loved doing that. She loved taking care of a man.
Teachers will ask me, me preguntan los maestros, ¿y qué quieres hacer cuando seas grande? Y yo, pues estar en mi casa y ser mamá de 6 niños. And they will be like, no, pero ¿qué quieres estudiar? Nada. You know, so then la verdad, that was my dream, you know. So like I said, I was living my dream. Anyways, I believe it was a Sunday que llegó someone knocks on my door. And by this time, he's living with me, you know, we're already like, I want to say close to 5 months together, living together. Y el chingue, que he wanted to have a kid with me. But then, let's keep in mind that Matthew was barely like a year and a half. So obviously I didn't want kids at that time. So el chingue quería kids. Smart, right? Porque quería amarrarme. This girl comes to my door, to my house door, you know, and she knocks and I go up there. By the way, he was on a shower, you know, del diablo estaba en el baño bañándose, he was taking a shower. And I go and open the door and there's this young girl, 2 young girls. I'm going to stop calling them bitches, you know, because it's not their fault, you know. It's the pinche diablo, you know. So she got there with 2, like, young girls. Like, I was on my 23, 24. Y ellas tenían como 17. Because, yeah, she was young. Con unos jeans, unos tacones, you know, really nice.
Wow, she was 17?
Yes.
Oh, my
God. Y tu
God.
papá, yes, pinche diablo. Yes. And she's like, estoy buscando a mi prometido. And I'm like, no sé quién es tu prometido. And she's like, el que maneja esa camioneta, the van, you know, the one who drives the van. And I'm like, nadie maneja esa camioneta es mía y nomás la manejo yo. And she's like, no, hay un hombre que maneja esa camioneta. You know, there's a man that drives the truck, the van. And I was like, well, my husband? Which let's make it clear. He was not my husband yet. No, we're just living together. Le dije, pásate, you know, here, aquí vimos, you know, just my man, and my 2 boys, which was Alex and Matthew. But they come in the house. She starts telling me all this story about her prometido, and she showed me her ring, and that he just had seen him like about a week ago. And I was like, well, what's his name? And she called him, oh, I should not be saying names, but whatever, the devil. So that's not even his name, you know, the name that she said. So I was confused. So, you know, I go up there, I said, hold on. I'll bring my man down here, you know, so you could meet him. And I went and knocked on his door and I was like, hey, someone's waiting for you downstairs. Who is it? I said, just come down. You know, well, he took longer to come out. But just to give you heads up on a lot of things, and so you guys can know, he has OCD.
We didn't know. Or she didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know he had that.
All his, like, crazy shit that he had going on, she didn't know about that until we'll tell you when we find out.
But the reason I'm saying it right now is because if you will pressure him when he used to take a shower, he will take longer because of his OCD. It will get him like more anxious and more taking longer. So I was knocking on his door and he was taking longer. And the girl was still telling me the whole story. She almost told me how he used to F her. But at this time, I still don't know if it's him, right? I'm waiting. Anyways, after a while, he comes down the stairs because it was like a 3-story house.
No mames.
Sí, te lo juro, it was like a 3-story house. You know, Mexican houses pueden tener hasta 5 pisos. So it was a 3-story house. So baja and he sees her and she right away starts going off on him. Ella, I'm sitting down, just looking at both of them in shock. Porque me había enseñado her ring. And she had told me the story about he had gone to his parents' house and asked for permission to be with her para casarse con ella. And she had a ring. And I'm sure que si ahora me estás viendo, no me acuerdo de tu nombre, pero tú sí te vas a acordar de mí. Un poco de botox, pero sigo igual de bonita. She started hitting him and her friend was grabbing her. Y ella,
I'm glad. This is how you know my mom's a girl's girl, just like me. Es que... No, like, you didn't go off on her.
No.
You know what I mean? No. And you just, like, let her do her thing. Yeah.
Yes. Ella se lo estaba madreando. So I was like, go for it. Y desgraciado, Nike. She was the one with the drama. But to be honest, I was in shock. I couldn't believe I was taking fucking breakfast to the bed to this man. No. I mean, I was the one with the money. I was the one working. Like, I was the one with the house. Like, it didn't make sense. What he was wearing, it was my clothes. I mean, like, de la que yo vendía, de marca. I was like, I can't believe this shit. I can't believe it. So she was going off on him. And, you know, he was laughing. Oh, that was one of his things too, huh, mijo, because of his OCD. That when he gets nervous.
When he gets nervous, he laughs.
He laughs. Le da risa.
That's how you know when he's nervous, because he laughs.
Se pone nervioso y le da risa.
He just starts laughing.
He grabbed her, like, from the hands. And he told her, like, yeah, you know, like, ya plácate. You know, like, ya saben, ya. And I was just looking at him, and she got the ring. She threw it away. I don't know how much drama she made because I was still in shock just looking at them. She left. Well, él la corrió. Él le dijo, you know, get the fuck out of here. So se fue. And he turned around, and he sees me after and I'm like, now you get the fuck out of my house now. And he goes, no, wait, let me explain. I'm like, no. I don't want to hear anything. Nada, cabrón. Te me vas a la chingada. Y sin nada, porque hasta los calzones que traes puestos, yo te los compré. So get the fuck out of here. Y quiero mi dinero que te presté para mañana. Tomorrow.
Literally, Mom, what happened to me?
That's why I told you deja vu. No mames, tenemos que
My
contarlo.
situation was really deja vu.
Yes, everything was going down, down with us. I was like, no mames. But I didn't want to say like, oh, that was like, I went through same shit. How is that possible? Anyways, I don't want to say he begged because he didn't beg much. Porque se creía muy fregón. But he did, you know, like, no, que déjame te explico. But to be honest, I didn't let him explain nothing else because it was just nothing. No.
There's no explaining.
No explanation. What I already saw. And the thing that the girl had already told me, que él no sabía that she had told me so much crap while he was showering. So, no, I told him to leave and to bring my money the next day. Because so just to top it off, guess what? He was my administrator from the money of the spa and the store.
What does that mean?
El administrador, the one that takes care of, well, you guys call it different. El que maneja todo el dinero, the one that takes care of the money, the contabilidad que lleva la cuenta de cuánto se ganó. And obviously, he was my bank. He was the one saving the money. So I needed my money in order to leave. And I wanted to leave. I just wanted to get the F out of there and just come back to the United and forget about Mexico and forget about him. Because I was really hurt. To be honest, that made a big impact in my life. Anyways, I did. I grabbed all my shit. Obviously, he came back. He said he didn't have the money, that he would give it to me after, blah, blah, blah. So I just left. You know, and I left, and he came back at me. I think he got to TJ first than I did, you know, ready to be back with me to beg. He knew what he was letting go. So
wait, so you went to TJ now?
Well,
that's what you're saying? You went to TJ and he followed you?
I drove from over there.
But you left your house?
I left, yeah, I just got my shit and like 2-3 days.
And what did you do with your house? Did you sell it?
That's what I'm saying. Like people, la pasé a otra people, like I just left. Se la pasé a otra gente.
So
like,
technically the house is still there. Oh, you had bought that house.
No. Sí, mijo, I was buying it. buying it. Like a part of it ya se ha pagado and things like that. So obviously someone else took care of that. And I let other family take care of the store, you know, take over of that. The spa, we closed it because that one where I had to do the nails and the stuff. Nobody else could do that, you know. But the store se la pasé a una friend and just things like that. So I came back, but he came back at me. He begged this time, and to be honest, I forgive him. But I say, you know what? We're not going to stay in Mexico. We're going to go to the other states. It was not easy because he didn't have no paper, so he figured out he crossed over here. And obviously, well, I came up pregnant from that, which was planned.
Where were we living at this point? Where were you guys living?
Well, see, when we met in TJ, porque this is Michoacán, we came to TJ, and when we met in TJ, that's when I stopped taking care of myself, and I came out pregnant from you.
In TJ?
In TJ, yeah. Your roommate in Tijuana. Okay. We both came over here. We got to Anaheim. That's where we got to. We got married. I was pregnant from Dawes. When we got married, I was big already, like 7 months. Ya estaba embarazada. And we got married literal, so I could fix his papers. I never wanted to get married to him. It was just porque no quería trabajar. I was the only one working and he didn't want to work. Y decía que porque no tenía papeles, he didn't want to work. So I was like, okay, well then nos casamos so you could get your papers para que trabajes. But at that time, I had a brother that was living in Visalia, and my brother used to say, hey, vénganse para acá, acá está más barato, las rentas y todo. So that's why we ended up actually going to Visalia, because my brother was living over there and there was more chances for him to work. So when we got over there, it was after you were born. You were born, and then we left like 30 days after you were born. We moved to Visalia.
So it was fast.
Chop.
I had no time here in the LA energy. I went straight to the village.
We left over there in the summer, and oh my God, it's just too long. So much drama, because after that, like 3 months after we were over there, like 3 months after you were there, we got into this little fight, and I want to say little because there was not even big fights, because I was scared of him for some reason. Well, I know the reason why I was scared of him. He had issues with his family and problems since he was a kid with dad. His dad was very controlling. I met his mom once, like just like hi and bye. His dad went once to my house in Mexico just to meet me, like, and took his daughters, and you could see how he controls like his daughters and everything, and something was fishy in their family. But they had a very special situation in his house. I guess that's where he gets his OCD from. So when we came over here, I was scared of him already. Porque siempre decía, ay, que me iba a matar, o que me iba a meter una chinga, or dumb things, or that he will do something to my kids if I will leave him, like stupid things. So anyways, we got into this little argument, and I don't know. Oh, I think my compadre had passed away, and they told me, and I was literally like crying. Remember, he used to get mad cuando llorábamos? Remember when you were crying because of the dog? Y como te dijo.
So he would get really, really mad whenever we would cry.
Como emotions. Really, we would show emotions.
Anytime we would show emotions or be super emotional around him, he would like blow up in our faces and like tell us like hella shit for like no reason. So we couldn't show any emotion around him because it'll make his fucking, like, it'll just blow him up. Literally. Blow him up.
So then, that time I was crying because of my compadre that had passed away, and we tenía sentimiento, you know, and I was like, what the heck? And so he would tell me like, ya no llores, stop crying. And I would try to stop crying, but I would be like, you know, like with that feeling, and that will annoy him so much. Anyways, we went to the room, and you were next to me because you were a baby. I was breastfeeding you todavía. And Alex and Matthew were sharing a room. We used to live in an apartment. And
was it at those apartments? The ones next to the school?
Yes.
Okay.
Those in front of your school. And then, so I was just trying to fall asleep. He was trying to fall asleep. And, que te calles, el hocico, you know, like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, but I wasn't crying anymore. I was just going like that. And he grabs the pillow and he put it in my face. And he freaking tries to asfixiarme, how will you say it in English? No, como ahogarme,
ahogarte, to drown her.
With the freaking pillow, like, on my face. And my baby was just next to me. Like, no mames. And I swear I thought, because I was trying to hit him and, you know, take him off me, but I couldn't. And I think because my oldest one was hearing us, like something was going on, but the door was locked. So he came and knocked and he was like, Mom, Mom. So I guess this idiot, it was either that or when he felt that I stopped moving when he took out the pillow. Ever since then, I can be with nada que esté cerrado.
Now, ever since then, now she's claustrophobic.
Yes.
It caused her to be in tight spaces now. She gets anxiety and like my mom just gets like,
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Yeah.
I can't breathe. And it was because of that. Well, the next morning, so that happened. Obviously, I stopped crying. I didn't make no other
After
noise.
that, ya se caes el hocico.
Me callé el hocico, no más feeling ni que nada. Ya estaba panicked to the max, you know. So I fell asleep. I was tired, you know. So I was like, oh, thank God I'm breathing. You know, I went and hugged my kids to the other room. And in the morning that I woke up, because he was going to go to work, I went to...
So
now he was working temporary.
Yardero.
No, he was doing on the pistachio thing, a warehouse. It was just 3 months y ya no trabajaba.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So he would work like 3 months, and like for a whole year, he wouldn't work. And then like that.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And so entonces, so he was going to go to work. So yo me levanté, and I made him lunch, and I didn't talk to him. I was mad at him, right? And he told me, he said something like, mira como traes tu pinche cara, like, look how you have your fucking face. But I didn't listen to him. So I made him his lunch. It was too early. I went and breastfeed Dolls, and then I went back to sleep. And I woke up when Alex was, because Matthew was not going to school at that time. He was still little, not even for preschool. So Alex, when I woke up to give Alex breakfast, my oldest one, I have this thing, and my mom used to have it too. They don't really like it, that when I
muerdes la comida.
when I bite, muerdo la comida. If I used to make them a sandwich, I had to buy it first. O si voy a darles algo de comer, yo primero lo pruebo. Always, before giving them to them. Why, don't ask me. My mom used to do the same thing. I got it from her. So I pour some cereal on a bowl for Alex. Y pues le quise comer, you know, I grabbed the spoon and me lo quise poner en la boca. But Alex was sitting down like here, and the table was here. And I did this in front of Alex, and everything dropped. Like the whole, I couldn't keep it. It was cereal, but I couldn't keep it in my mouth. I had woke up with Bell's palsy.
The next day after he did the thing with the pillow?
The next day. I told you I was in shock. I told you that I was not making any noise. But I was fucking toda chueca. And I'm laughing right now, but I was traumatized for the longest time. And that, I think that made me more scared de él, tenerle más miedo. Because of what had happened. Because I swear I thought I didn't know any information about Bell's palsy until I went to the doctor and everything, but I thought I was going to stay like that. Actually, they told me that 90% of something, I was going to stay like that. Yeah. No mames, my thumb couldn't get nothing. So anyways, what happened?
Which, by the way, I knew that my dad had caused her Bell's palsy. I just didn't know, like, the story of how exactly. I always thought it was just, like, over time. I didn't know it was something that you wake up with and it's, like, already, like, there. Oh, shit.
I woke up with it. And, you know, Alex looks at me and he's like, Mom, what's wrong? Your face is all crooked, you know. And I'm like, I tried to talk and I couldn't talk. My tongue was entumida, like half of it. And you couldn't understand what I was saying. I was trying to speak, but I couldn't. Lo único que le dije, like, call your tío, you know, call your uncle, which was my brother, the one that was living there too in that little town of Visalia. And he called them and told them, you know, like, hey, something happened to my mom. She can't talk. So my brother right away came home. And he saw me. And we grabbed our kids. My 3 kids. And there we go to the emergency room. They told us, oh, she got Bell's palsy. What happened? Did someone die in her family?
Did something traumatic happen?
And, well, my brother didn't know. Nobody used to know how he used to treat me. And obviously, he was like, no, and all I will do is cry and cry. And me with my face, I can make it. No, I can't anymore because of so much Botox.
I can make the face. No. So the face she would do is like that. And the thing is, it would trigger her. This is the sad part. Is that we knew my mom's emotions growing up, and we knew every time she was sad. Because every time she was sad, she would go like this, like that. Her eye would close and she couldn't open it. And then her lip would go
bad.
like her whole face would just like do some weird, you know. And when she would eat something sour, it would even go like that. Yeah.
I can't.
So like it was like a
No puedo comer nada que sea agridulce.
So it kind of sucked really for her in a way, even like growing up with us, porque we would always be like, what's wrong?
Yeah. Right away
we would know. Because even like if I saw the slightest little like twitch in her eye, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Because I know something's wrong. Because she couldn't even hide your emotion porque it will show in your face.
It will show on my face. So that's how that happened. And we went to, like, I remember my brother taking me to 2 different places, the emergency room and the urgent care, different places. And they were like, no, we can't do nothing for her other than give her medication. And hopefully she gets back at least a 90% back. And 90%, I couldn't hold nothing on my mouth to eat. Like, and then I was breastfeeding. And they told me, you need to stop breastfeeding because of the medication we're going to give you. And then, it was horrible.
I couldn't get any of your milk?
No, you stop at 3 months. It was like half of this side. Like, all the way to my... Right here.
All the way to here?
See, to my shoulder.
What happened to your shoulder?
Me dolía. Like, all these veins, it feel like they were pulling. Like, it's horrible. Whoever has had before or has it knows what I'm talking about. It's painful. Anyway, so that happens. And when I was at the urgent care, so they tell me, hey, okay, they told my brother, you need to get out with the kids and we need to talk to her. Smart doctor, okay? And
if you're a doctor, take notes.
Smart. And, you know, like, you know what? There's no way this happened just out of your, you know, whatever passed away and, you know, what really happened.
So the doctor was telling you there's no way that was
there's no, it's more. And then he told me, who do you live with? I had to write it in a paper because they couldn't understand what I was saying. So I said, my husband, my 3 boys. And was your husband at work? Why is your brother here? Why is your husband's not here? And I said, I want to call my husband. Why don't you want to call your husband? I was scared to call my husband. So I would try to talk and they would kind of guess what I was saying. You look at no, I will have to write it down. Anyways, they brought a psychologist in the room and I was crying, yori. It's okay. You could cry and nobody's going to do nothing wrong to you anymore. Y dije, this is my chance. I said that, that he mistreated me, you know, he was abusive. But then they told me, oh, you know, you could press charges and he could go to jail. Then I got scared. I was like, oh shit, no. Like, I don't want him to go to jail. I had just had thousands. I don't know. It was just scary. So when they told me when they asked me what he did to me, I told them he would scream at me and he will push me, which he used to. But I didn't say nothing about the pillow.
You didn't tell him?
No, that's like trying to kill someone. Yeah. Se lo hubieran llevado al bote. They would have took him to jail right away. No, because that's like trying to kill someone. No, I didn't say about the pillow.
Be honest. Were you scared of him going to jail and you being alone? Or were you scared que algo iba a pasar?
I was scared.
No, with his papa.
That's why. I was scared that if he was stepping in la cárcel, his dad will do something to me. Or even him. You know, sometimes like they take him in, but then they let them go. And I said, if they let him go, he's going to come and freaking kill us. And they do that
all the fucking time.
They do the whole time. Yeah. So I was scared of that. I was like, no, if they don't, I need to make sure que sí se quede en el bote or he's going to come back and fucking kill us. Yeah. So I was like, no, I won't say anything. So anyways, they told my brother. I didn't tell my brother. They told my brother about that to be careful and keep an eye on me because apparently that was caused because of a husband abusive that I had. And my brother was mad. My brother was really mad at him. And he told them, like, when he got back from work and everything, he was like, you need to leave and you better not touch her anymore and blah, 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 you know. He did his maleta and he was supposed to leave. I mean, my mom had to drive from, because my mom was over here in Orange County. And she had to drive all the way to Visalia. All my family went over there. My close family, like my sisters and my mom, they went over there right away. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, when they told me I couldn't breastfeed, that was because of the medication. So I stopped breastfeeding him. And when I would do his bottle, well, I couldn't see with one eye because one eye will not blink. Does it make sense? Like, it will stay open and it was getting dry. I had to cover it with my hand. Lo tenía que tapar con mi mano. So I won't see with one eye. Who's used to seeing with one eye? At least not me. And tiraba la leche. Things will spill on me. And to be honest, Shrek is gorgeous compared like how I look, like really bad.
You were saying Shrek looked better than you?
Yes. After I started taking the medication that they give me, que eran esteroides. I don't know why would they give me that. They used to do like smoothies, estos todo lo molían. They will,
in order for you to
eat,
the comida?
Tenía que, like, the popote, even the caldo, the popote had to go, like, the straw had to go more than half of way in of my mouth in order to swallow, in order to eat. I had this girl that she used to come in. Bueno, es amiga de la familia. Thank you, Irma, for everything. You know, she used to come and do massage to my face and all my body, like to relax the muscles. You guys have no idea how painful it is to have
Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy. It's painful. This doctor didn't work. This doctor didn't work. We're taking you to Mexico. So my sister and I left to TJ. The doctors and Visalia told me, come back in 3 months and see how you're doing. And I couldn't even eat. We went to TJ, and the same day we went there, they give me therapy. They give me a different whole treatment that started working the pain as they gave me the pill. Maybe an hour later, my pain was literally like going away. Not the chueco, only the pain. My face was still crooked. They used to do this machine, like little patches. You know those little patches they put you to do that EKG? They were putting the little patches que te daban como like toques, like little things. And then they used to put me in front of a mirror and be doing muecas. Muecas is when you do faces. You know, like open your mouth, check out your tongue, like exercise like that. That's how.
During this time, what was my dad doing?
He stayed at the house. He didn't left. He didn't left. And when I used to go to take those therapies to TJ, he used to say that, come on, me crooked, toda chueca na bien.
He used to say that you're going to see somebody.
That we used to go fucking drink and party to TJ. When my face was literally like, I couldn't even drink a beer or a shot of tequila. How in the F was I going to be going over there? He was seriously psycho. So 3 months later, I was back almost, let's say, a 70% or 80% back to my normal. And I was able to eat, obviously.
You were 80% back normal to your regular?
Yes, to my regular
When
face.
they said you had a 90% chance that you couldn't go back normal. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, with regards the devil, he obviously, when my brother told him to just go back to Mexico, you know, and leave me alone, he begged me that it was going to be different, to forgive him, that he never thought I was going to get that, and that he was going to take care of me and blah, blah, blah. Come on. It was a week after or two when we started going to TJ for the therapies, and he was complaining already again. But then, again, my fault too, because I let him stay. I should have said the truth, what he was doing to me, and he would have been gone.
There's a story I remember. It was one time whenever she was pregnant with me, like you said, you were living in Anaheim, and there was a guy that was fixing, what, the sink?
Yeah, something in the bathroom.
My dad wasn't home. He was at work, right?
Right.
And she was there with the 2 boys, with her 2 other sons, my 2 older brothers.
Yes.
And she knew already that if my dad had gone home from work while that guy was there fixing the bathroom, he was going to throw a little bitch fit.
Yes.
So what she started to do already was she was putting on the shoes on her other 2 boys, my older brothers, so that she could, like, what were you going to do? You were
I was going to take him for a walk, like get out of the apartment before, because I knew he was going to get there. I had my middle son sitting on the bed, and I was tying up his shoes when he got there. And he gets there and he sees a guy there, you know, and he says hi to him and everything. And the guy says that, oh, that he's fixing that thing, you know, and he knew who he was. But he still, as soon as the guy went back to fixing the thing, he just pushed me and starts being pendeja. And he pushed me and I fell on my ass, like pregnant, like panzona, like crazy crap like that. Well, he was mistreated by his dad too. Like really
that doesn't matter though.
Yeah, he was just bad.
Obviously, him being mistreated by his dad, like, plays a big part because that's why he's the way he is, you know what I mean? Like, you know, dummy. But at the end of the day, I was mistreated by my dad, and I'm not fucking crazy, and I'm not going off on people, and I'm not pushing people, you know what I mean? Like,
and see, those are things that used to create the anxiety, you know?
Because you never used to have anxiety before him.
No. Anxiety came with him, and it started, I think, when the pillow.
When the pillow?
No, actually, not when the pillow. It started before. It started when we came. I couldn't do nothing without him. Everything had to be with him, like going to the market, like everything had to be with him.
I would skip to the YALL.
Oh, when we went to Mexico, the vacation, remember when he was choking? Oh, because of one time that he was...
Don't
we
skip.
went out. So we went out.
When was this already? Is there anything already after the Bell's palsy thing?
After the pillow and the Bell's palsy.
You said you took him back again, even after that.
You took him back. He stayed.
Her brother told him, get the fuck out.
Yeah, but I said...
And then he went begging to my mom, like, no, I want to say that. She took him back again.
Right.
And y'all were still living at the apartment.
We
next to the
had
school.
moved to a little house.
So then you guys moved to a little house. Was it the yellow house?
The yellow house.
Okay, the yellow house. Now,
okay.
this is the house that we call the yellow house.
Yeah.
Growing up, we always called it the yellow house.
Yeah.
It had a pool in the back of that.
Yes, that one.
This is where I learned how to swim or what?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So we went out again with my brother, his wife, and my sister. Una sister mía, que es bien perra. She's a Leo y no se deja. So anyways, we went out to this Mexican club, and he told me since we got out of the house, you know, you better not be looking at guys or be looking at no guys, no nothing. Okay, que no estuviera de boba. Okay, so I knew I had to walk, you know, like literally with my face like this, pero viendo al piso the whole time, you know, todo siempre with mi mirada para abajo. So we go to the club. Let's make this clear. I was not able to wear dresses, skirts, shorts, or tank tops. Nothing that would show. The bras at the beginning, even I had to sleep with the bras. There was a point where I had to sleep with the bra. So we go to the club. Obviously, I'm not wearing nothing sexy. It was some pants and some bras. So he was flirting with the meseras, like always. Corriente. He was flirting with the meseras. And I don't know who he was looking at that he started saying, are you looking at him? Are you looking at him? I think maybe the guy was looking at me because he said
yeah.
that if I was looking at him because he was looking at me. But
my dad was like that a lot. Any guy that would look at her,
yeah,
he would get mad at her.
Me.
Even though she's not doing shit.
Right.
But whatever.
So he will pinch me. He would pinch me on my piernas, on my legs. And I was like, I'm not doing anything. Literally, I was like this. But I mean, come on. I have my brother, my sister, and everybody sitting right there on the same table. Chiquita, the little table, you know. And he's pinching me and it's hurting to the point where, I mean, I couldn't take it anymore. And out of nowhere, I didn't mean to do it. But it's just the impulso, you know, when you're feeling so much pain. I got up and I was like, stop pinching me. And it started, right? And everybody got up on the table like, what's going on? And, you know, my brother was across from me. He just saw me crying. And my sister was like, ¿Qué te está haciendo? Like, what is he doing? I'm like, he's pinching me. And she's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. Well, I didn't want to say that he was saying that I was looking at someone because obviously I was not looking at no one. So she's like, let's go to the bathroom. And she told him, you need to stop. And we went to the bathroom. I showed her my legs were literally purple. And she was like, este hijo de la chingada, you know, I'm going to tell him shit right now. And I was like, don't, please don't. Because if you tell him something right now, when we get home and you go to your house, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Well, like I just said, she's a fucking Neo. She came back and she fucking told him off. And when he told me, watch que lleguemos a la casa, wait until we get home. And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm fucked, you know? And I didn't want to go home. So we got home and I was telling her, like, he's going to beat me up. Oh, no, I'll come back and I'll beat his ass. I'll call the cops and then blah, blah, blah. I was like, he's going to beat me up. So anyways, we stay. I go into the room. I check on the kids. And I was like, oh, my God, please, God, please, please. You know, the anxiety again, you know, kicking in. And sure enough, he grabs me from the hair. He pulls my hair. He freaking throws me to the bed. And I was like, look, stop because I'm going to call my sister.
Not even the cops. I'm going to call my sister.
Like, I'm going to call my sister. And I did call her anyways. I did call her. And she called him, but he didn't respond to his phone. And she just told me, if he doesn't stop, I'm going to go over there. You know, and I told him, if you don't stop, she's going to come over here. And I remember I put her in speaker, and she was telling him, like, mira, cabrón, you know, if you keep your shit, I'm going to go, and all this crap, you know? Well, you know, that didn't stop there, you know? I got another desgreñada, you know, mis pelos así, todo así. I'm going to mess up Dulcie's makeup, like I said. You know, and I was like, ah! All the whole time, yeah. But he will not do things that you will be able to see. He
wouldn't punch her in the face or things like that.
No. So the next morning, todavía on a Sunday, chingue about the guy. And I said, you know what? Stop. So he took me to the room and he was going to hit me again. I said, you know what? I'll fucking call the cops on you. I'm not calling my sister anymore. I'm going to call the cops. And I did. I can't believe I did. I did. And I was so scared because I did that. And he told me, hija de puta madre, if they come, watch, you're going to get it. And the cops got there. And they called them outside. He came out and they talked to him. You know how they take him and they talk to them and they talk to me. And then they told me, we could take him right now with us, you know, because of what he's doing to you. But then you're going to have to press charges on him. And since he doesn't have papers, he's going to be sent to Mexico. And I was like, oh, shit. Again, the dad, his family, and I was scared. And I was like, fuck that. They said, do you guys want to talk in front, like on the side, so we, you know, to see if you guys could figure out something? So I was so scared to talk to him, but the cops were there, not in front of us, but on the side. And I told him, you know, like they're telling me I send you to jail right now, and if I press charges, you go to jail. And so I told him, but if you leave, I'll give you the car. We were driving a little Honda Civic, and I told him, if you leave to Mexico, I'll give you the little car and just leave, get back to Mexico, and I won't send you to jail. Don't ask me where I got the balls. I was shitting brakes. I was shitting. I was like, oh, watch them leave right now, and he fucking kills me right now. And he did. After they left, he started more like como aguitado, like sad. I can't believe you did that to me. Oh my God, I'd rather go to Mexico if you're gonna be doing those things, calling the cops. So I guess he thought I was gonna feel bad, or I don't know. But he left.
Very hypocritical. Very trying to make her feel like she was the problem.
He made me give him some money and the car in order for him to leave. So he left to Mexico. But then after that, they call him too for his papers. Remember, we have submitted the papers for him to fix his papers. Really? And yeah, and he thought he was gonna come back, and guess what? We got there to Chihuahua, was it, where you go and get your visas? And we went there, and they called him in, and guess what? He was deported for 10 years. He could not be in the United States for 10 years because he had
been over there for illegal or whatever.
Illegal reasons. Yeah. So I was like, to be honest, I was sad, but then again, it was like, good, but he came back.
After 10 years?
No, before. Like
he found a way?
A year and a half.
So then, okay, then he got deported, but then why did we start visiting him again?
Oh, in Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, because he wanted to see you. Oh, but remember, I don't know if you remember the first time that I didn't want to go, and he wanted to see you, and my mom was going to go to Mexico, and I told him I could let him go with my mom so you could see him. And I let you go with my mom, and Blanca was supposed to bring you, my sister was supposed to bring you back. And when you were supposed to come back, he didn't want to send you with no one. He said, you come and get him. So I went to get you, and that's when we got back together. Okay. He will not give you back.
Yeah,
if I will not go back with you. Yeah.
I went over there to visit him with basically your mom. Right?
My mom.
And what do you mean your sister was supposed to bring it back? Like she was going to fly over there and then go get me and bring it back?
Yeah, because my mom came back really soon. And she was going to fly for some other reason. So you could be more time over there. But it was like 2 weeks.
I see. Okay.
And when I was calling him, and he said, no, I'm not giving him back to you unless you go back with me and you come and get him. And that's how we went back again.
So then after that, you took him back, and she didn't take him back, obviously, back to fucking United States. No. After that, they were together. And you guys, I'm sure you guys would call and stuff like that, but you would just go and visit. So one time that we visited, how long were we there for?
Remember, you used to go in the summer.
Okay. So we were there all summer?
Like a month. We were there for a month. Okay. He took my truck to get washed, and I don't know, for some reason, remember those cameras that had a little chip and you develop the pictures?
Yes, old cameras. You can get
somehow there was this chip there that he found, and he took to develop pictures, and there was a
crazy
picture.
Like, it wasn't even the camera that he found. He found a chip or whatever that thing was to get developed, and he took it to go get developed when he was supposed to go wash the car.
Exactly.
Like,
and it took him, because in Mexico it's not this fast. Like, you
knowing how his brain works, I'm sure he thought, oh, there's something in these photos. I'm sure, and
he went through all the truck to see what he could find, because he was looking for something. So he found that little thing, he took it, and it took 2 days. So he comes back with I'm folding the clothes in the room, and Dolls and Matthew are playing outside his dad's house. My oldest one, he was with his friends. He was like,
I remember that.
So anyways, at the picture, it was a picture that was taken at Thanksgiving at my sister's.
The picture he found.
The picture he found. It was
that he got developed.
It was taken at the Thanksgiving Day, that there was a lot of people, a lot of nephews of mine and friends, cousins, and everything. And the picture, I'm like sitting on the table, and there's a guy far from me, like a hand far from me, friend of one of my nephews. And I'm right here eating, and obviously obviously I'm laughing for something. I don't remember how that picture or who took that picture.
Fuck whoever took that picture.
It was nothing bad. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And the guy's laughing, but he's looking at me and I'm looking somewhere else and I'm laughing. Well, because of that picture, I almost got killed. Like, literally got
not
killed.
funny.
I mean, right now we could talk about it and everything, but all this was crazy. I don't know if you guys know those doors in Mexico. Well, some of you guys are Mexicans, van a saber esas puertas que se cierran. Like,
they're glass doors and they close like this.
They're not.
So it was a fierro door, like wire, like metal, right? Metal exactly. Design. And there was like glass in between the metal, obviously, but it wasn't glass. It was like foggy glass, thick glass, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know?
And it had the lock.
And the lock was one of those that, it was literally like a gate almost. Like, it was like, you have to like lift it up.
Like that.
Like that. And then open. And then to lock it, you have to like go
inside
like that.
And outside. So he goes inside the room. He closes the room, but I was changing the kids, fixing the clothes. So they were inside with me in the room. And he brings this picture and I'm sitting there and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And starts going like this to me. And I'm like, oh God, I'm dead. At that point, I'm like, I'm dead. Not because of the guy, because of his reaction, you know, the devil. And I was like, oh my God. I don't even think I could see the picture, to be honest. You know, because he was pointing it like this. Y luego me la empezó a hacer así, like in the face, and hacerme the picture like this. And he pushed me back on the bed. And there we go again. He grabbed me from my neck and he was literally choking
like lifting her up and choking her, ¿verdad?
Like,
but on the bed first? No, era on the bed first and then he got you up, ¿verdad?
On the bed, but it was como the bed had that thing in the back, so I was like kind of like this on the bed. Y me tenía así like choking me, horcándome. And me like, you know, nadando acá with my hands. And the kids were obviously like crying, you know, both of them, Daos and my middle son, and crying and crying. So I was just pointing out the door because his parents
were there.
And they started.
Was it night already? It was like 7 p.m.
It wasn't, it was not that late.
It was like 7 or 5 p.m.
Sí,
like it was 7, ¿verdad?
Sí,
7.
Estaba haciendo dark. It was getting dark.
Pero aparte, we didn't just go and open the door. I think, I remember agarrándole putazos también. I was hitting him.
Yeah, you guys were hitting him.
Yeah.
That was their
reaction. I remember
reaction.
scratching him and hitting him to like let her go, and he was not letting her go.
God.
Pero Mom, he got up and he was choking you standing up.
Sí, es que me tenía.
Maybe I just remember because I was short, but he was choking you standing up. Porque yo me acuerdo like getting on the bed and jumping on him.
Yeah, you were on top of him.
And I was on top of him.
See, because he was like this, and had me like
oh, that's what I remember then. He was like that.
Like
so
that.
That's what I remember getting on top of him.
Yeah, and you and my other son were hitting him. You know, like, and so then his parents heard them crying, you know, los escuchó llorando y gritando. So they went to the door and they were knocking, you know, open the door. En español, abran la puerta. But I mean, the kids were just hitting him, thinking that they were going to be able to deal with it. No, so I was just like pointing at the door.
He's
like,
still choking her.
He's choking me and I'm going like this. And finally, I think it was my older son because he was just hitting him and hitting his dad. And my oldest one went and opens the door. And thank God, here comes the mom. Evil can evil too. But anyways, she came in and I'm still alive.
Thank God.
Ahorita me quedé así like, I feel like they were choking me right now. I swear. I went flashback like, no, yes. De verdad. It was like, seriously, we're laughing.
And we can laugh at it now because we've talked about it so many times. Like,
I went to
this story has her repeated. She went to therapy. I went to therapy. Like,
we went through, But to be honest,
thank God that we're okay now and we can like talk about it and laugh at it now.
Yes, thank God,
Because back then we were going through it and it really was traumatizing and it was like horrible. Yeah,
it was horrible. No.
How old was I?
Ay, mijo, you were so small, maybe like 3, if anything.
I remember
3, 4.
I was like 3.
Well, you get flashbacks then. I get flashbacks since I was 3. No, we were.
Because I even remember after that we went outside and we were sitting in the front of the house and we were on the floor and you.
My God!
And I remember
his parents came in and they were like, "Grab your stuff and leave." They were holding him.
Like they were holding him back.
Yes. And since we had our clothes still on the luggage, we used to grab clothes from there. I just closed that shit. Our truck was outside, so we just literally throw everything on the truck like that. And they were grabbing him, but I had to go get my other son. And that's when I had bought you guys quads. Well,
I remember the quads.
So I had the trailer in the back of the truck, and we had to put the quads. And we couldn't even stay in the town. We had to freaking leave the town because that asshole wanted to kill me over a freaking picture. Like, no sense.
No, but I remember we were even like, before we put everything on the truck and left, we were outside in the front, no?
Sí.
Llorando. And you were calling my oldest brother because he was at a friend's house.
Right.
And then you were telling him we're gonna go get him, or
we're gonna go pick you up.
And he was like, but the thing is, he was older. He was 18, right? Or like 17.
No, he was 14, mijo.
Okay, he was 14, but that's still old enough.
No. Sí.
So my mom never wanted him to know anything that my dad was doing. Anything. He couldn't know anything because he would like flip on my dad.
I was more scared what were they gonna do to my son, because as much as my son tried to defend me, they were older people, and he was only 14. Pero we had to leave like in one day because of that. And for the longest time, I guess the devil wanted to come and follow me and kill me because of the picture, because he never got an answer. But what answer if he was choking me, not even letting me have an explanation? Like, seriously, like, I have to do this. Like, ¿Quién es este güey? ¿Quién es este pinche güey? And I was like, you know, he just started choking me. So I couldn't even see. I mean, imagine my eyes like this, trying to see the guy, like, which one, you know, like, no. And then he's choking me. Pues no, it was horrible. It's sad because I could just imagine how many women up there still at this 2024 taking that shit.
From like men.
From men. You know, crazy ass men.
Actually, I have a story from that I never told. Well, you know about it. Del Chile. I was visiting him.
Oh.
I was visiting him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, but I can't believe I was so young. How do I remember? But I was visiting him. I think it was honestly during that time. You know, I don't know.
4 or 5 years, mijo. That's why you remember.
Yeah. Pero, I was at his house. And they had plantas in the back. And they were like plantas de chiles. Era un aguacate. No, ma, era un chile. No, you think it's aguacate? Ma, era un chile.
Well, that's what your dad said. Que era un aguacate, que por eso se enojó tu abuelo.
Pues está el güey. Okay. Pero era un chile. Because I remember he was telling me, like, no está listo. And it was a chile because I remember it was, like, red. Okay. It was red or yellow or something like that. Some bullshit. Are you sure it's aguacate? No,
that's
what
he was saying. That's why.
If I was that tiny, how could I even put an aguacate?
True.
If I was that
tiny,
it
never
doesn't
thought
make
about
sense.
That.
Yes.
You said that it was an aguacate.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Aguacate, chile, manzana, it doesn't matter.
He was outside gardening because he would do that shit. And there was this chile, and he knows I am. I was a very travious little kid. I was a crazy fucking kid. And it was because he told me not to pick it because it wasn't ready that I wanted to pick it so bad. And he knew me too. My dad knows me and he knows how crazy I am. So he knew, don't pick it. And I was like, okay. And then he saw me getting closer to it and he was like, Daos, si ganas el chile, te voy a dar un putazo. And I didn't listen to him. So I picked the fucking chile. Pero he didn't have to put on that show. And I turned and boom, like he just starts running at me and I'm running and we're running in circles. And I had long hair.
Worse than
I had long hair.
Yeah, your curly hair. Yeah.
I had long hair down to like my shoulders. And I was running in circles and he was gonna get my ass and I was fucking scared. And suddenly, just bass from the back, like he just grabbed my head. He didn't beat me, again, same thing as my mom. He wouldn't hit me in the face or anything like that, but he did grab my hair. I think after he grabbed my hair, I blacked out. And I don't remember shit. Well, not blacked out, but like my brain won't let me remember. Because we've been to psychologists before and they say like our brains will lock, like they will just shut down and not let us remember certain memories in order to protect us. So I think after getting my hair pulled, I don't remember shit after that. Not that.
Pero so God knows. Sí te chingó. Sí te chingó and he was very abusive, just too abusive, like, and I was so mad when I found out over a fucking, whatever it was, aguacate chile, like, why would you treat your son that you haven't seen in a while, you want to see him over a fucking chile, aguacate,
Eso también,
whatever
it's like, you haven't seen me forever, you're begging my mom to see me, and then you treat me like that when I'm there, like, weird.
The viejo too, al papá, you know, his dad, like, what the fuck? You know, he was complaining about the fucking chile and aguacate. I'll fucking buy a whole fucking tree, cabron, you know? A fucking whole box of chiles or aguacates, whatever it was.
And for those of you, like, wondering, my dad's mom was scared. She was a pussy. She was a roach on the wall. She wouldn't do shit. All she was ever do was to clean and cook. But she was...
They used to treat her...
Because they used to treat her like shit.
Since I met her, they always treated her as a maid.
Literally like a maid.
I thought she was a maid. Oh my God, I skipped that part. One day because I didn't know his family. So one day she went knocking to my door when we used to live, going back when I used to live over there. She went knocking on the door and asking for him. And I didn't even let her come in. I was like, oh yeah, let me go call him, you know. And I went and tell him, hey, there's a lady over there. I don't know if she wants to work or I don't know, but she looks like a, you know, like a lady that wants to work. And he goes to his window and he's like, that's my mom.
Okay, so right now my dad's in Mexico, technically.
Yeah.
How does he get back again?
That's the time that he will end up in la cárcel because they catch him cursing, remember? And he calls me to
So now he tried going back to the United States.
Yes.
And they catch him crossing.
Yes, and they give him some time.
I remember this era now. So this is the time where my mom could have just left it at that.
Yeah.
He would have been in jail. We would have been fine.
Well, the thing is that he called us and he starts crying that he doesn't like to be there. He's going to die in there. For me to help him get out, to get him a freaking lawyer. And
for those of you little pendejas thinking like, ay, esta pendeja, like, why didn't you just leave us for not letting go, da, 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 da. True, pero you guys need to understand he was very, very manipulative. Like, men like this, it's scary how... Neta. How good they are at lying and how manipulative there is. Like, it's almost as if they went to school for it.
Yes.
Like, he tricked our whole family.
Yes.
Like, our whole family thought my mom was crazy. Neta. Like, it was insane. Insane. Like, I'm telling you, like, it was a crazy person. Like, insane. Like, top tier fucking level 1000 manipulation. Like, it was crazy.
And by the way, when he was crossing, he was bringing a girl with him. Yes. So... So I was going to help him, but in a nice way, not as going back with him. So I did pay for a lawyer for him. I sold my truck.
She sold the truck?
I used to ride my bike.
Wait, what house were you living in?
We were living at the apartments again, with the low-income apartments. We come
in Farmersville?
We were like in the roller coaster, okay? We used to have money. We didn't, and we did again.
Wait.
And
the low-income apartments, the ones in Farmersville?
In Farmersville.
Okay.
We were living at those apartments. Well, they were new and they were low income. They were nice, but we were living there.
Yeah, no, they were
Everybody
nice.
had a room because they were pretty big. But we were doing good.
No, me and Matthew shared a room. It was
you
2
and
rooms.
Matthew
Me and
shared
Matthew shared a room.
And Alex had a room.
Yeah.
So we were doing good.
Oh, that's right. 3 rooms. I forgot. Yeah, we all had our own rooms. Yeah.
See. So we were doing good.
I was going to psychologist. You were going to psychologist.
Yeah,
we were doing good. Obviously,
I
was doing bad in school because, for obvious fucking reasons, y'all.
Now you guys understand.
Now you guys understand why I was such a crazy fucking kid. So my mom would work at the buses, right? For a school bus for special ed kids.
Right.
And she would wake up at 4 in the morning.
Yes.
For that, to go to work.
So we could go I could go drop you guys off to Visalia
with
your tia, so she could take you guys later on to school because it was too early.
We went to school in Visalia. We lived in Farmersville. They were like, what, 15, 20 minutes away? Yeah, but our school was like, you know, over there. So my mom would wake up at 4 a.m., get herself ready, get us ready, and then drop us off in Visalia, and then we would go to school from there. But then you would go to work.
Yes.
Okay. And then you wouldn't get out of work until 4?
4 or 5. You guys used to go to the after school program.
We would go to that after school programs, all that shit, everything.
But we were doing good. I want to say that my oldest one, he was very good at helping with my boys, you know, with the youngest ones. But we were doing good. Well, yeah. Well, he asked me to get him a lawyer. I sold the truck. I got him a lawyer. We used to go visit him. In 6 months, we went to visit him like maybe 6 times, right? All the way to Texas.
Oh my God, Mom.
Yes, he was in Texas. That's where they got him. And to be honest, well, of course, with those, you know, I don't want to, no judging, but you know those nice letters that all the guys que están en la cárcel mandan puras cartas bonitas y de cuánto amor y cómo te quieren y puro pedo, ¿verdad? O sea, puro pedo. Because we know it's puro pinche pedo, you know, but we like to hear those
the letters. He would give one to me. He would give one to my fucking brother. To my brother, like that before he would even treat him like, he would, by the way, he would treat my brother like crap.
Yes.
That was not his son. That was like nothing.
Don't judge me. De que I didn't do something about it, because I did. Like, I just, if I was going to take a shower, I had to take my son with a coloring book or something in the bathroom so he could stay there just to protect him, so he won't be telling him stuff, because he was very, very, very abusive.
To my other brother.
Not the oldest one, remember. Not the oldest one.
Ma, pero ¿por qué? If you knew he was doing that to your other son, why? Like, por
pendeja. No, por pendeja. No. It's because you guys don't understand que es como que guys, you fall like into a dark hole and it's so hard to get out of there. Anyways, the thing is that I fought again for him. So he made me think, if you take me out of here, we're going to go back to Mexico. We'll live over there. I'll work over there. I'll put you a house over there. and blah, blah, blah. So obviously he came out, but to Mexico side, not to the States. So he ends up in Mexico after he gets out, after 6 months, and he was like, but he used to call me, like, you guys don't know, like, he will call me, why in the fuck you didn't answer your phone? I was like, I was at work. And then he will be like, no, you must be with another motherfucker. Or like so many ugly.
He would call you that and still tell you shit while he was in jail. Y tú todavía.
Can you believe that?
Like,
yes.
still, ay, ma.
I don't know if you guys, whoever remembers this, que the calls when they're cuando están en la migración, in immigration, cuando están ahí, they used to charge you so much for those calls when you used to get those calls. Las llamadas me llegaban, they were about $50, $40 a call. And the call was just to tell me crap, like, oh, háblale a la puta abogada, no está haciendo nada, se está haciendo pendeja, yo estoy aquí encerrado. Like,
abogada is lawyer. Basically telling her, call the fucking lawyer, she's not doing shit, yeah.
Yeah. So, in reality, he will just call me to tell me a bunch of crap, and me all nervous calling again and over every day the freaking lawyer, and she will tell me, like, look, like, I'm working on it, you can be calling me, you know, every day. Well, he's calling me, he's crying, he's telling me stuff, pero es como que, like, dude, like, wait, you know? We got to the point where I couldn't anymore, like, pay the rent and everything.
Because you were paying him.
I was paying those calls y todo eso, you know, and sending him money and going to visit him to Texas and coming back. Remember we even went in the train to Texas para visitarlo because we didn't have a car anymore.
Because we couldn't afford like
anything. Pues sí. Yes, ya no podíamos.
Y'all, the shit we would go through. You know the bugs that we got on us from that fucking train? We were like sick with little fucking bugs that would bite us and shit like that. And, oh my God. Fuck him.
See, it was just a lot and he will not appreciate none of that crap. So anyways, he got out and I went to see him.
To be fair, every time we did visit him, I would cry every time we would leave.
Yeah.
I was the only kid. I would cry and cry and cry and cry, yeah.
Por el diablo. He used to love his dad. Well, maybe he still does, but anyways.
No, I don't.
He used to love his dad regardless of how he was, and you used to have the blast every time you will see him that he will be nice. But once he will start with his stuff, obviously you guys will bump heads. So we went to visit him to TJ when he got out, and he told me, oh, we'll just start getting the kids out of school, you know, because in a week I'm going to get a house over there in Michoacan, and we're going to go live over there, and I'm going to take care of you guys, and you don't have to work. And for right now...
Just listen to the things that he would say.
Right,
like, it's like,
for right now, bring me some money and bring me some new clothes. So I came back to the States, bought him new clothes, a whole big old maleta, and I had got my income tax money, and I gave them to him because he was supposed to go get a house and, you know, fix stuff. So, okay, so we said bye to him. By the way, we spent so much money at the hotels in TJ, remember, to see him because I was the one paying. So then he leaves, and I'm already here telling the school, oh, you know, my kids are going to get transferred to a Mexican school, and, you know, and me telling at work that I'm going to go live in Mexico. After a week, he stops answering my calls or calling me, and I'm like, what the heck is going on, you know? And then nothing. And I called his mom, and she's like, oh, he decided he doesn't want to be with you, so just leave him alone. You're better. He is better off without you.
My mom's niece screwed my dad. Yes.
Oh, who in the F is gonna want you? You're not dating no one. Who's gonna take you with your
son?
Well, just remember that, motherfucker, okay?
So, hijo
puto, okay? Mi hijo puto. If you pay for the whole rent and the whole bills, and I don't have to pay for any shit anymore, like, other than taking care of my boys, you could stay.
And he stayed. La Shrek. Ay, La Shrek. God, we don't have money. I'm like, that's my food for the next 2 weeks. Like, get the fuck out.
And I want to thank all of you guys, all of you supporters, for supporting my son. And no, we don't come from a fancy, rich family. We had our struggles. There was times where I said that I was not hungry and bought them their meals. No, my sons, all of them are very hardworking men, and I'm very proud of them.